Hey, welcome back to Vice Grip Garage. It's that time of year, our annual drag racing week. We're at SICK Week 2024. Liberty the Chevelle out here getting some work done. We'll get on that in a minute. No, revivals haven't gone anywhere. Or budget builds or any of that. We've been doing this for years, and we'd love to take you guys along so you can experience it as well. So buckle up. 5 days of drag racing and driving to the next event. We're going all over Florida. I think we're even going to make it to the coast. This is going to be a lot of fun. So if you followed the Liberty Chevelle build, you know that Jessica and I, my wife, are gonna drive the Motion Raceworks OBS truck, which is down in the pits. And Chad, my friend, and his wife Haley are gonna be driving Liberty. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. So Blaine and I are hanging out in the work truck here.
Yeah, we're just turning the rev limiter up. We're gonna go in faster.
There you go. He already drove this, and we agreed we need more RPM, so we're gonna go ahead.
Hurt it, but we definitely need more.
Yes. There we go. We'll go to 7,500. I think I can just type it in here. Bam! So what a guy's doing here is I'm turning up the rev limiter because Blaine got to use the truck to license, which is really cool. And he said it was banging the rev limiter on the top end. So we're pushing the motor a little. We don't want to hurt it, but we need more just to get through the trap. And if we could pick up a little bit more speed on the top end, we can run a faster ET, obviously. So that's going to help us there. Then I just looked at where the trans brake was. I bumped that up only 100 RPM. We'll play with that a little bit throughout the week. Not going to touch timing or fuel or any of that stuff. Well, right now anyway. We might really dial that thing up later in the week. But that's going to do it for tuning for today. But I do need to address the rear wheels in this thing. They are, or the tires I should say, they're rubbing the box. And they worked on it a little bit, cut a little bit out, but now with the additional weight in the back, stuff that I need to carry for the week, it's rubbing pretty bad. So we're gonna take a tire off and try to massage it a little bit and do some of that stuff. So we're a little limited on tools. You know, we don't have a fender roller, we don't have the old school baseball bat, but I do have a jack handle and 1,000 horsepower. So Chad's going to dangerously hold this in there. We're going to crawl it forward, try to roll the lip, or kind of widen the box and roll the lip edge. We don't lose these tires. I don't have any other tires we're driving on these this week. Something different than previous years. Instead of swapping tires every single day, we decided to focus on spending more time at the track and with the people and everything else, and not spend all the time working on the ring. So let's see if this works. Attempts have failed. Now we're going to try to stick this jack in the wheel tub and give her a little stretch in the bed. See what happens. I don't know what here. Is that what you want? I think. There you go.
I hear it.
Oh yeah. Get your teeth right here. I think that's doing something.
I can see it.
Should have measured it first.
What do you mean? Why?
Fixed it?
I mean, it's like running your fingers across razor blades or rusty, but we could never do that before. No, never can get your fingers in there. Give a guy a jack, we'll fix it. All right.
Ordered some tires. Mickey Thompson has them here, and I'll show you why. So these are non-DOT, they're old bias tires, and they have a really flexy sidewall, and they're really worn. So they're hard to drive on the street. There's just a lot of flex and wobble in the front. So we need to fix that, and I think we're gonna try to go to a little bit bigger rear tire. We need a smaller one still, small tire, because we have a 325 gear, but we can go a little bit higher, get some more speed on the highway. This year we're not swapping tires at every single event, like just an old set of wheels and like normal radials. We're gonna run these the whole time. So for a little bit taller, it's gonna give us even more highway speed. He's got a 325 gear, 3 gears in the trans, plus like a 275 60/15 tire. He's gonna be able to clip 65 easily without turning too much RPM. And then we've also got a nice fresh set on the car. I'm gonna take these Hoosiers and put them in the truck for spares. So if he catches a nail or something like that, then we've already got a spare set. So we'll have a matching set of Mickeys and then the other spare tires. We're gonna bust the fronts off, get those mounted, and then figure out the rears. By the way, today is day 0. Tomorrow's the official start. We went through tech today. Car made it through tech. I forgot things when we were thrashing this together, like blinkers and horns and working taillights and headlights and all that. But I did get that in. I found an old leash box on the shelf from Independence and wired that up. So that box is right up here. So we wired in a blinker system and all that. And I actually got it to where the stock blinker stick is the blinkers, and then made the headlight and park lights and all that stuff work. Brake lights are working, all of that, so we should be good to go with that. Chad's got this thing packed up. It's got all the stuff, gear bag, all that stuff, trunks full of tools, all of that. Get these tires done tonight, and then do some more street miles tonight, and then we can get ready for tomorrow. We're gonna do first pass in this. We've got the Motion Raceworks truck, I'll show you in a bit. Again, you guys seen that. Then my friend Chad, not this Chad or the other Chad, has his Camaro again. And then my buddy Brian is here in his awesome old 50s Chevrolet truck. I think he calls it the Waymaker. So while we got the tires off, guys, gonna go ahead and make some shock adjustments. We got top and bottom, front and rear. Talked with the guys at TRZ, and they're gonna get us just some starters on these AFCOs basically, and then we can make adjustments through the week, but we want to try to get this done tonight so we don't have to mess with it in the morning, and Chad could just get in there and try to get a couple runs in tomorrow, because we have to work with tire pressure. We got to set up our rear end. Might have to put some turns in these bars, we don't know yet, and then work through our shocks, because every car is different and you can make so many adjustments quickly just by a couple clicks on these. So we're going to start off by what they recommend, and then we'll go from there. All right, this one's up here. Okay, Liberty's on the new shoes. We're all set. Looking good. Really filled out the rear better. Kind of hard to see tonight. We'll look a little bit more tomorrow. Well, we're losing light, obviously. All we're going to do tonight is just go grab some food, hit the motel. I'm going to see you guys bright and early when you can actually see the vehicles. We'll walk around my buddy's cars as well. You guys remember the Camaro did Cyclic with me. That thing's back. It's awesome. It should be running faster this year. He added some timing, changed the exhaust, doing some other stuff. I think we'll talk to him about that. And then my buddy Brian's truck's really cool too. So we'll see you guys bright and early in the morning, day 1. Well, the guy said I was going to see you tomorrow, but I was just kidding. Just wanted to update you. We didn't have taillights. Found a blown fuse in the big leash box and pinned everything out and figured out where the wiring was. Didn't have power at the back of the truck, so I was nervous we were going to have to dig through the whole harness to the rear. Got underneath and just did this to the connectors, and they came on. So we're good. Now we're headed to the motel. 5 minutes of sleep. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. We made it back. We're in beautiful Orlando, Florida at Orlando Speed World. We're getting ready to run. We just had our driver's meeting. Jessica's cleaning the glass. We got to get our windshield banner on. I've already done tire pressure, got the air cleaner off. I've got to test belts. I got to get suited up, go through belts, do a couple other things. But I think this truck's pretty good to go. Making my first pass in this, 1,000 horsepower OBS Chevy. My goal is to get this thing into the very high 8s this week. I think that would just be not only incredible, but a lot of fun. Very realistic to run low 9s in this truck. So we're doing that. Chad's got some stuff going down on the Chevelle. Let's go check in there. And then I've got some other vehicles to show you as well over here. So over here, Chad's working on the Chevelle. He's making a jumper wire back here right now. There's a wire on the starter that runs the solenoid, has a spade connector on it, and it keeps sliding off. So he's making, and we can't get the wire out. He can't get his hands in there. Can't pull it out through the loom. So he's making a jumper to connect to the starter to the old fitting, and then he'll tape that up and tie it to the side. Because without that wire, he can't start it, right? When he hits the start button, nothing happens. Haley's back here doing tire pressure, getting that all set up. I got all of our gear unloaded over here. He's got to get his sticker on, and I think this car is pretty well to go. Hopefully, first pass in this after the new setup, and his first pass ever. So you guys remember Chad? This is his legs. That's Chad under there, not the other Chad or Chad. So Chad made some passes yesterday, and he's having some wheel hop. So they're doing some tire pressure adjustments and shock adjustments. This is a 496, right? 468, sorry. 468 Big Block. You guys loved this car last year. He's back. His goal, what do you want to run? Low 11s?
Low 11s. I really want to see a 10 before the week's over.
Oh, you want a 10 for the week?
It's a 10.99.
Okay. And you're willing to throw some time in at it this year, right?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe some race fuel at the end of the week or something.
Yep,
I'll horribly influence you somehow. And then we got my other buddy Brian, his wife Michelle, and this beautiful truck right here. Isn't this thing rad? First runs of Sick Week 2024. This is a 383 stroker with a turbo 350 transmission. You got a nice rear in here, don't you, Brian?
Yeah, it's a quick performance 35 split 325 gear.
Nice. And he's running it just like this. Wood plank bed, big old Detroit wheels, looks awesome. Yesterday he ran a low 12 already. So this is going to be really fun watching this truck all week. He came up from Oklahoma first Sick Week. So this is kind of our crew. We got the pickup, 2 pickups, 3 Big Block Chevrolets, 468, 540, 632, and small block. We're all running the NA class. These 3 are an NA Big Block. Well, he's an NA too, so it's going to be interesting. 336 registered cars this year, I believe, which is a record, I think they said. So this is going to be so much fun. They're running A and B class slick. We're up here in a few minutes, so I'm going to throw the suit on here pretty soon, tighten the belts down, and we're going to see what this truck can do. I'm sure the first run isn't going to be pretty. Got to get used to all the buttons and doodads and what have yous, but just got to get it under our belt. And then we've got a beautiful drive to Bradenton, Florida today, and we're going to do it the long way down the coast. We've got checkpoints that we got to go through, so we got to road trip these things as well. So this is going to be really cool. A 7 and an 8. Wow. Jessica had to take over sticker duties. my big old mitts couldn't get the backing off, and she had to make it happen. Tom, you need to step up the quality of the stickers. Let's be honest. They're really hard to peel off. Okay, last second checks. Yep, check. Sure, everything looks pretty good. Well, we're up in the staging lanes, fashionably late, without the fashion. Got something weird going on with the screen here. About 80% of the time it doesn't turn on. And I need that because we're manually shifting this, and I want to be shifting at the same exact spot every single time for consistency. And I also want to see what RPM it's at when we go across the stripe, just in case we need to make more adjustments there. So I'm not really sure if it's the USB CAN wire is damaged or what's going on there, or maybe it needs an update. I don't know the digitals on that. So that's going to be interesting. Hopefully it decides to work when we get to that point. But should be probably half hour. We're gonna make our first rip in the old OBS here. Truck ran good. Not sure what to do with my hands. 145 60 foot. It's been a while since guys moved that fast horizontally. Made the old back pop a little bit. Felt good. Free chiropractic. 941 at 147 miles an hour. It's the only run I get today. I got to go turn this slip into the tower, and we have a lot of improvement to do. So it left really hard, and then it kind of seemed like it wasn't eating up the track as much towards the top end. So we might fire up the laptop, take a look at the data log that I had nothing to do with, and try to figure something out there. But it might just be crappy fuel. Again, this is running on pump gas. It's just 93, where do we get it? Racetrack or something? Wawa, yeah. So it's not race gas. So depending on where you get your fuel, it could be different from day to day. We might end up buying some race fuel and just splashing her up a little bit and trying to get some better octane out of it. But we're gonna go watch Chad run right now. That's his first run in that car with that configuration, and the car's first run ever in that configuration. So we're gonna go see what that thing can do. Picture?
All the way from Belgium.
Oh wow. We've had a bunch of oil down at the track today, a couple wrecks unfortunately. It's real late in the day, but we're fixing to get the Chevelle running here. A 10.8 at 115. Dude.
Bike's really fast, dude.
10.8, is that what it was? Yeah. Let's see the slip. Well, that was the goal for the week, so we just put it on the trailer and
yeah, trailer's here already. Okay,
we got 152 60 foot, which is right behind the OBS. 100 mile an hour, 115 through the gate, 1083, man. Is that your fastest run ever?
Yes, it is.
All right, let's see if we can go quicker. Huh?
Oh, we will.
We got some more timing. We could probably go up on the trans brake a little bit.
Yeah.
But it looked like it left pretty good. Oh
yeah. Yeah, and I mean, first time driving the car, set up, shifted a little early, both times. So I think it'd be better.
You just beat a supercharged 455 in the right lane.
Oh yeah, I seen him going back there.
All right, well, let's get packed up. We got like 250 some miles to go or something.
1,000 pounds of stuff.
All of this somehow has to fit in these. So we've decided, because Chad, not the other Chad, OG Chad here, and I and Jessica and Haley are gonna leave as 4 because our cars are gonna, well, my truck is gonna run slower. So basically I'm dragging these guys into a slower commute with me. The other Chad and Brian are in a different class, and they're going to be waiting probably another hour before they run. So our goal is for us to get out ahead and get ahead of them, and they'll probably actually catch us or beat us to the checkpoints. But we got a bunch of checkpoints to do. We got some coast driving to do. Motion 940s, Chevelle 1080s out of the gate. I'm very happy with that, but I think he's definitely going to improve over the week. Couldn't be happier. This is so much fun. Well, I think we got everything loaded here. We got quite a bit because I had luggage from Jessica traveling down, then I had luggage from flying in from another project. Our basic tools, we picked up some fuel in case we want to get a little spicy tomorrow, some chairs, our tent, stuff like that. These guys are almost done, packed up. This is all the stuff they're carrying, all their tools and jacks, all that. They're out running D-class. These guys will be here for a couple more hours. We are going to fuel and roll. Filling the bad boy up at 93. Checking over a couple things here. I wouldn't expect, I mean it's a brand new motor, but just checking for oil leaks, anything loose, stuff like that. It's all looking great. Hey buddy. Running cool. The truck drives great down the road. It's a little bouncy right now, but we got, you know, quite a bit of weight in the back of a race truck here basically. But Motion did such a great job on this build. Grabbing some snacks, we'll hit the way. You see a bunch of other cars coming through. A lot of them are pulling trailers and stuff. We tried that and we flipped them, you know, so trucks seem like a better option. If we do cars again, probably gonna do roof racks again. That seemed to work great. Trailers are nice for extra room, but man, do they get in the way, I'll tell you that much. We're going to the Exploration Center, I believe it's called. That's checkpoint number 1. I think there's a huge bridge, it looks like. We go over to some island or something. I don't know, I've never been there. So we're gonna go check that out. We gotta take a picture of our truck in front of the checkpoint and provide that to the tower each day so we can prove that we actually drove the route. It's to give everybody the same experience, see the country, see the back roads. We don't take main highways, and also prove that these race cars are street cars. And well, they are. They got horns, turn signals, all that stuff like that. So. Okay, back on the road. Well, we made it to our first checkpoint, exploration point, I believe it's called. Cape Canaveral. Bunch of cars here. And we're trying to navigate out of here. We got about 40 minutes to our next checkpoint. We're gonna keep on rolling. It's fun to see all these cars out here driving on the street, pulling trailers. A lot of these cars doing 6-second passes, 8-second passes, 12-second passes, it doesn't matter. There's a, what is that, a GT0? Pulling a U-Haul trailer. We got a little bit of everything. It's awesome. Okay, we're at checkpoint number 2. Jessica's running over to take a picture. It's some pizza joint on the coast here. Bizarros. We're gonna keep on moving. 0 issues so far, having a blast. Got a heater?
I did. I hope it works.
Jessica's getting a little cold, so am I, admittedly. The truck seals pretty good. It's still got all the rubber and stuff on it, but there's some holes where the cage was put in, so cold air is blowing through, and it's probably 40, 45 out ish, and then wind chill, obviously a lot colder. Truck's doing great, runs great down the highway, but this charging whirler is smoking. I can smell it. You can see all the burnt windings in here, and it's only putting out about 13 volts and it's dropping quickly. So I'm gonna have to start calling around now, try to find a charging whirler so we can pick that up in the morning, and hopefully we can make it to Bradenton. We're still quite a ways out. We've got about, I don't know, I'm guessing 2 hours left-ish, and I've got a jump box hooked to the battery right now in hopes that we can have a bigger capacity or reserve and keep this thing alive. It's not pulling a ton of amps. I mean, we've just got the computer and the headlights basically at this point. It doesn't even have enough to kick on the Terminator or the Holly Dash or any of that stuff. So we're just using the phone for GPS. Not a huge deal. If we get it stuck on the side of the road, we'll just have to wait for someone that has another jump box or hook some battery cables up or something like that. Liberty the Chevelle is doing great. It's actually getting really good fuel mileage. We were actually very surprised. Goes down the highway great. We think we got the shocks dialed. The stiffer sidewall, radial tires make the thing driving on the street much, much better. So just a nice old street car. Runs 10s now. Yeah, we can run it down the highway. We're clipping about 60 is where this truck likes to be. I don't want to just, you know, abuse it or turn it excessive RPM forever. So we're all filled up again. We threw in another 10 gallons and we're just gonna keep on trucking. Well, it's very late, but we made it to our motel thing. We're in Bradenton, Florida. Today was a lot of fun. We basically went from Orlando east to the coast, south down the coast, and then west pretty much across the whole state back to here. And then tomorrow we're gonna be running obviously at Bradenton there, which has a reputation for having very good track prep, and we're thinking we can ink out a best on, well, for certain the Chevelle and my PB and the truck, and I'm gonna do a little bit of the keyboard stuff. I might have got a little bit greedy on the trans brake today and a couple other things, but we're gonna go lay down, rest our eyelids for a few minutes, wet the back neck, probably in opposite order. And then tomorrow we'll be running these things, and then we've got a nice cruise all the way up to Gainesville, I believe, something like that. Thanks guys for watching, appreciate you very much, and we will see you very soon.